What is going on, guys? Kieran here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Robots in Disguise Warrior Class Optimus Prime. Now, being a deluxe size figure, you can't expect anything too spectacular for the vehicle mode. This is, of course, it's a cab and a trailer, which I thought was pretty interesting. I think the vehicle mode functions perfectly as a vehicle mode, but it's not anything, you know, to get excited about. The robot mode, however, is a little bit more interesting. But let's take a look at the vehicle mode first. We have a nice Autobot symbol on the top here, which I believe in this RID sort of, you know, line, this sort of acts like a QR code. It says scan on the back, and I've only just realised this is actually strung on the box. I must have picked that up by mistake. It says on the box that you can scan the Autobot symbol. I haven't tried it out yet. I may do. I'll have to figure that out, and then I shall probably make a video on that, but I haven't actually figured it out yet. I haven't tried it. So yeah, anyway, back to the robot. But yeah, nice little vehicle mode. Reasonable paint apps, I would say. We've got some nice red sort of accents on the side here. Black painted grille, we have blue lights, painted windscreen, it's painted black. Wheels aren't really painted, but they are sort of cast in this sort of, it's not black, but it's sort of a greyish sort of colour. For the wheels here. On the back, that's kind of depressing, it's just his feet. It does kind of have weapon storage. I don't know if this is official or not, but I just sort of wedged it in there and it seemed to stay. So there's a little axe, which is nice. It's actually a very Prime-esque axe. Really dig that. Kind of reminds me of the sort of Fall of Cybertron, War of Cybertron design. So yeah, that is pretty damn cool, I would say. All in all, though, the vehicle mode, nothing to get too excited about, but it functions perfectly as a vehicle mode. I'll take it. The transformation is where this figure starts to get a little bit more interesting. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come around here to these little panels on the side, just unpeg them, and they shall fold out on there, and that will form his leg. Do the same, sort of push those together. Then you can split the leg section here. We're going to take the waist, rotate it around 180 degrees, and they have Prime's legs. I'm going to come over to the front of the cab here. Just split this entire section in half, rotate these down. Just quickly adjust my camera just a sec. There we go. Yeah, once you split this, you want to fold these arms down. These will just sort of unpeg. He's sort of grabbing onto his own elbows here with the little tab here. Once you've done that, just sort of fold that down. You can rotate this. There you have an arm. Do the same on the other side, just sort of unpeg this section here, rotate it around, rotate this piece down, like so. Then it's just a matter of flipping off his little head here, and there you have RID Optimus in his robot mode. Now, I've got to say, I personally really do dig the new bulky designs we're getting for Optimus as of late. He's got big, thick legs. He's kind of got a little torso and a little head, and he's got some big, burly arms. It's a weird design, but I kind of like it. I think he's a cool little robot here. Articulation is decent. We can rotate a full 360 degrees at the shoulder here. Ball jointed elbow. Can bend up and down. Can't go in and out, unfortunately, but you know, whatever. Head can rotate left to right. It is kind of hampered by this little bit here, so you can't rotate a full 360 degrees. We have waist articulation, which is nice. Can bend in and out about the hip here, up and down. Thigh rotation, bend at the knee. The feet don't have any articulation whatsoever, but honestly, you're not going to struggle to stand this guy up and pose him. You can kind of get him into a few more dynamic. That's not very good, but I mean, I'm sure someone can get him into a much better pose than I can. But overall, articulation is pretty solid. If you want, you can go ahead and give him his weapon. That sort of pegs into his hand there. You can hold it in either hand. You can't really do a lot with it, and I do think that these sort of weird little pieces here kind of get in the way of his hands. I really wish these could just sort of fold back onto his arm. Even if they end up as arm kibble, I don't care, just so they're not in the way of his hands, but he can't do that, unfortunately. If he could, that'd be fantastic, but then it would kind of mean that his arms are a little bit small. So these are a blessing and a curse, really, because it kind of makes him a little bit more in proportion, makes his arm a little bit bigger, but at the same time, if you were to take them away, he'd have really stubby arms. So yeah, it's kind of a trade-off there. But yeah, he can hold his weapon. I kind of wish the weapon was just a little bit bigger, although I believe he would be able to hold the Corbot 5 War Axe for the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. Don't quote me on that, I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure he can. From the back, the actual sort of kibble of the vehicle parts isn't too bad. Yes, he's got this sort of big section here. This is part of the cab and the trailer. in his vehicle mode. And he's got the wheels on the back, but I really dig the wheels on his back legs there. Kind of reminds me of the Fall of Cybertron design. I really like that design, so I'm not going to argue with that. Paint apps in the robot mode don't really get any better. Yes, he's got some nice silver on his head there, and the head is nicely detailed, I will say. Very Prime-esque. It's just exactly what you'd expect from Optimus Prime. Kind of reminds me of the movie Optimus Prime design with the faceplate. But other than that, paint apps are kind of sparse on this figure. There aren't too many. I mean, obviously it's Optimus, so you can't really go wrong with, you know, just red and blue, but I don't know, a bit more silver would have been nice. Less of this grey plastic on his thighs here, but it's not too bad, I'll be honest with you. I think the colours are broken up nicely. If just a few more paint apps on his legs, that'd be perfect. I can manage without it. But that is it for his robot mode. So let's get him transformed back into vehicle mode. Oh yes, I am doing reverse transformations again because I kind of feel like it. So let's get started here. We're going to fold up the shoulder pads here, lift up his arms, and just sort of peg him in there, and he's kind of holding on for dear life. Looks kind of like he's at the gym doing something there. I don't know. I've never been to the gym, so don't really know what you do at the gym. Fold these two pieces up, and they will just sort of close together nicely to form the front of the cab. Go ahead and rotate the waist section around just like that. Peg the legs together from the feet here. Then we can go ahead and just sort of split this section, just lift these up. Split this section, lift these up, just like so. Then you've got to kind of have them at an angle here, and just sort of fold these up. And they will peg in, you'll hear a nice little click, just like that, and you'll know when they've gone in. And there is RID Optimus back in his vehicle mode. But that is it for the Warrior class Optimus Prime. Overall, pretty damn good figure. One of the best I've picked up from the RID line. That's really all I've got to say about him. He's just an all-round solid figure. Pick him up if you see him. I got him from Sainsbury's, and they had a lot of the other ones as well. I think they had Wave 2. They had Drift, Sideswipe, Jazz. So yeah, they're popping up everywhere now, so go ahead and grab them. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.